One day after school, Asahi Kuromine is running back to class to confess to his crush Yōko Shiragami. The student is known for oddly staying in class after school. The young lady is also the first student to arrive at the academy for no apparent reason. She tends to be a loner and breaks. In peace, she stays in the shade away from the others. Other girls try and talk to her, but to no avail, she turns them away. This is a girl Asahi nervously stares at during the lesson. When Asahi goes to anxiously open the door, he witnesses the girl spouting bat-like wings with bats following her around and sharper teeth. The two lock eyes, both shocked and scared. Yuko goes to confront him on whether or not he saw her. Asahi tries to deny it, but it was obvious that he did. Yuko reveals she's indeed a vampire. Asahi begins to ask her various questions, picking up clues to answer them, stating that her normal dialect is from Kansai, which is why she doesn't talk very much, so she can come across more polite and proper, like vampires must turn into ash. So that's why you don't go and work out in pee. She assures him that he's mistaken, saying that she just hands very easily the image of the mystery girl. Shiragami is shattered. Shiragami finds the idea of the young man not being afraid of vampires puzzling, that this being because he finds her dense. Now that Yuko has been outed as a vampire, she has to leave the school. Her father allowed her to attend the academy with the exception she would leave if someone found out she was a vampire to not put her family in danger. The boy confesses that he's never really been good at keeping a secret, but he does swear he'll keep this secret, bowling, asking her to be friends. When the girl that's been alone the entire time at school hears that someone wants to be her friend, she cries. Accepting this offer, he ended up not confessing to Shiragami, seeing that the girl is a bit clueless when it comes to romance, with her not picking up his subtle hint. But he does swear to her that he'll one day tell her. Asahi daydreams of going on a lovely date with a happy Yuko, to only be interrupted by her. The two are walking home together. Shiragami is happy to be walking home with a friend. Hearing he's just a friend crushes the idea of romance for the boy. Asahi then expresses he'll try his very best to keep the secret. She reassures him that he doesn't have to try too hard, saying her school life ended the day he found out, so she's going to have fun, thanking him for not being afraid of her. Happy with however this ends up, the next day his friends want to know if he got rejected by Shiragami. The student's main teacher, Akari Komodo, comes in late to class with the aching head. The student Nagasa Izawa is in a military pose, reprimanding the teacher in a robotic way with broken English. The students nicknamed her the Iron Lady. The other day, Nagasa pulls Asahi to the side like she's about to confess to him, to only reveal she doesn't, like how he stares at her in class, telling the boy she's completely uninterested in him, with his friends watching in secret, cutting him down to completely annihilating his confidence. Nagasa notices that after she says this to him, he started to stare at Shiragami. Happy that the boy took her advice, but still mad for some reason, and then she has an epiphany. What if he wasn't staring at her because he found her attractive, but instead he was looking at her because of the bulb in her head, revealing she's a tiny girl in a robotic suit in the courtyard? The robot girl goes to confront him, mentioning that the two of them were alone in the summer. Doing so in front of a large group of students, then spouts out, does the boy like her? He responds with yes. Nagasa rejecting the boy after feeling cornered, destroying his confidence again. After school, Yōko and Asahi meet up. Yōko eats her lunch, explaining the reason why she doesn't eat lunch in the school, because of her fangs would be too noticeable. She wonders why he's looking at her, mistaking him for wanting to eat her food. He reassures her that he doesn't want to eat her food, just wondering why she doesn't suck blood for lunch. With her backing away from the boy, feeling that that's sexual harassment with him, apologizing right afterwards, Yōko tells the boy that sucking blood is like kissing your partner at a wedding, saying she's not that type of girl. Even after finishing the meal, Yoko's stomach starts to rumble. She jumps at Asahi to see if he has any more food. This surprises him and makes him stumble backwards into the desk. Inside the desk was a case of cream puffs. She mistakenly eats one of the cream puffs, thinking it's one of Asahi's treats, and she's just sharing. They come to find out that Tabasco sauce, habanero, and other peppers are inside of the cream puff. Not noticing her wings, she starts to flail around in pain, with the class rep walking. And just as she's doing so, with the two of them realizing what this means right away, the two are scared that the class rep is going to go and tell on them, to only reveal that she's actually an alien inside a robot suit. Realizing that the both of them reveal their big secrets to each other. Hanging their heads in shame, Nagasa explains she's doing undercover work for her planet. Nagasa tells Yōko that she won't reveal her secret, but must erase Asahi's memories, seeing that the boy has a bad time of keeping a secret, chasing him down with a hammer. If Nagasa is found out, she'll have to go back to her planet, with her punishment being getting a spanking if others found out. But she stops after seeing the both of them together, Yōko thinking he has feelings for Asahi, to later be schooled about the two of them, telling her she's not good at picking up on romance. He walks to school to come across his friends being tied up to a water hose, making it look like they're peeing their pants. They're having to give up information to me. Akame, the school's gossip news reporter. Writing gossip stories that put her target in agony is the type of story she lives for. The student has a recording of an out-of-context but inappropriate recording of Shiragami and Asahi in class. He has a cold, so she didn't show up to school. So the instructor asks Asahi to go to her house and deliver some missing assignments. He goes to her house happy that he gets to see a different side to her that no one else can. Knowing what type of person she is, he assumes the reason why her room is so clean is because she's jammed everything into the closet with her lying about it. Also, he gets a call from the class rep that Akame is on her way to Yoko's house for her newspaper. Asahi goes to stop her but is too late. When it goes back inside, he sees a mountain of stuff on top of her from the jammed closet. Yōko, saying she came in through the window. Story gets published the next day with Asahi trying to get it taken down. Nadekata is one of Asahi's closest friends who tells Asahi how to solve his problem. All Asahi has to do is tell Akame that he's happy to be in her newspaper, which works. She takes down the story. The class rep isn't in class after the lunch break. Asahi then sees her waving her hands in only her tiny form in the middle of class. It turns out she wasn't able to recharge during a break because she overheard Asahi and Yōko having an unfitting conversation for high schoolers, causing her to run out using up her time to recharge, so he has to go to the girls' bathroom to carry her out and then take her to the nurse office. Yōko misunderstands what's going on, but soon understands that they are trying to get her back to her robot body. In a hallway, Mikan screams saying she found a tiny Aizawa, but the two of them are able to convince her that it's just a statue of her. Yuya Shimada is a pervert boy caught having an adult magazine at school, and he wants to lift up Aza's skirt. Asahi takes the tiny Aizawa, vowing to protect her. After having courtship ideas in her head, the tiny Aizawa starts to grow in form, fixing their problem. On the way to school, Yōko mistakenly walks to school during the normal hours, thinking she'll be fine because of the rain. Seeing her as an instructor, she wants Asahi to teach her how to hide, going from shadow to shadow so she can go explore more places around the city. After her training is done, she runs to the streets to show off what she's learned, to only make the bystanders look at her strangely. This is acting as a tour for all the places she's wanted to visit, but after seeing her face, she realizes that she's failed to ask her if she's ever tried using sunblock, with her unnervingly saying she has. The next day in peace, she looks fine, running from the two of them, to only be confronted that she's never actually put on sunscreen before. That same weekend, Yōko and Asahi go on a date to the amusement park. The two of them start to eat ice cream, ride roller coasters, and visit haunted houses. Later on, Shiragami mentions that her mom and dad had their first date here as well, back when they were in high school, stating that she's half vampire, half human. On the way out, Yōko mentions that she had a childhood friend who's a wolf boy. On the way home, the two encounter the same wolf man, asking why she isn't home yet or why she doesn't try to contact him. This tough guy is Shiro, or Shishido. Shiro intimidates Asahi until he finds out that two of them are on a date, leaving in tears to only be cheered up by Asahi telling them that they're just friends. Shiro is here to find out if she's kept her promise, which he finds to be the case, since he wasn't afraid of his fangs, but Asahi tricks him into revealing that he's actually a wolf boy. When the moon comes out, he transforms to a busty sapphire wolf woman named Shiho, with the boy taken aback from what he's seeing at Shiragami's apartment. Shiho tims Asahi into inspecting her body to see if she's more woman than man. Only talk going on makes Yōko angrily jealous, with Shiho notices Yuko makes her look into a picture of a moon, transforming her bag into Shiro. Shiro is confused on what happened, but the boy, being the substitute personality, has no memory of what happens while he's in woman. Mashio, having full knowledge of what's going on, he doesn't understand what's going on and tries to take Yōko back, so Asahi forces him to turn back by showing him the picture of the moon. Nagasa goes to their apartment, wanting to apologize to Asahi for rejecting him, but also wanting to congratulate two of them on becoming a couple, to only be disappointed seeing Asahi with another girl. When he tries to explain, he ends up groping Shiho's breast, further complicating things. The next day, Shiho introduces herself as a new student, and that's where we're going to leave off from this video. As always, if you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this one, so I'll see you in the next one.